Shalom, shalom. Alright, it's going to be a real quick lesson on my lunch break. And a brother in the truth, actually the one who exposed me to the truth, kind of taught me and kind of ushered me into the way of this Israelite thing of ours and the truth in itself. And then started watching GMS and haven't stopped since. So that brother sent me a verse randomly today, as he always does, which I love. Really appreciate it. And he sent to me this verse. But first off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. And give double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, known as Great Millstone, and men and affiliates who teach likewise doctrine. And as I was saying, he sent me this verse that I had never actually seen it before, and it really hit me in my core. And I think that the way the Lord wants me to do these lessons it seems a lot different than everybody else. Like sometimes I'll be waiting, not really waiting, but like I'm listening to a video, and in that moment, like I got the the bug to make a video like in that second. But given what I do, I can't really like drop what I'm doing. So I just need to be better at, as soon as I get that spirit, that feeling of like, hey, you got some shit to say about this. I just need to get better at stopping doing what I'm doing and make a video real quick. Doesn't matter how short it is, because you never know who might need to hear it, right? So that's what I'm doing right now, because I usually work through my lunches. Anyway, so he sent me this verse, Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 27. When the ungodly curseth Satan, he curseth his own soul. And immediately when I read that verse, so there he is in another one, or TikTok. When I read that verse, I thought of Hebrews chapter 12. And really starting at verse 6, go all the way to 11 is real. I mean, the whole chapter is good. But this verse came to mind, and it reads, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6, For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So the fact that you're going through some shit, you should take joy in that. You should take pride in that. Like, not be prideful, but you should be proud to be able to be one of the people who are suffering as Yahweh Shai would have suffered if he was on the world right now. Your finances aren't how you wish them to be, like they're not as everybody else. Shit just, no matter, in any kind of facet, it's just going sideways. At any time, you're always going through some shit. And that's a good thing. It's just kind of like the concept in the world where, like, say, if you don't like someone you work with, you're not going to joke with them. You're not going to give them a hard time. You're not going to give them shit. So it's kind of that concept, but just like a billionfold, because we were predestined to be in this thing for a reason. So the fact that he's putting you through some shit to make you better at the end of it, that's a good thing. So when you're cursing, like, say, people, man, why is God doing this to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, they don't have an understanding that Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai is doing it for a reason. Like, he wants to make you better. If he didn't care about you, he didn't care about how you progressed or how you, or what position in the faith you were when he came back, which it should be doing the work, and living through faith, he doesn't care about you. So all these people whose minds have been given to Christianity or any other religion besides the 100% truth of the Bible, he ain't concerned about them. For anybody, that could change at any time, but the fact still remains. If he's putting you through some shit, 9 times out of 10, it's because he wants you to be better, right? Other people, that may not apply. I mean, they must just be given, a shitty hand, because that's what because of what they did in their past life, you know. But you have to remember, like, things, if things are easy, then how do you grow from that? You know what I'm saying? So he wants your life to be hard. He wants you to live through these hardships. We're living through all these hardships in this wicked ass world because we had a chance and we fucked up. So we're here basically to learn what it's like to rule a kingdom in wickedness, right? So we need to do our best to stay calm and be patient. I would advise just reading the whole chapter, but I'm going to read the rest of Hebrews chapter 12, and then I'm going to get a couple more verses, and then I'm going to be out of here. But let's go to Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7 says, If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So that kind of goes with what I was just saying. Like, he's not going to be fucking with you if he's not wanting to improve you. He's not wanting you to progress. You're supposed to grow in the truth. You're not supposed to stay. You're not supposed to stay in one place. You know, you're supposed to be progressing every single day. That's why it's important to always pray and to always fast. None of the brothers are going to do it perfectly, but we're supposed to do it to the best of our ability. That's the point. We're supposed to do it to the best of our ability so we can be as close to the perfection of Yahushua as we can. Verse 8 reads, But if ye be without chastisement, whereof are all partakers, then ye whereof all Salakia. Verse 8, But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons, right? So if he's not fucking with you, then you're basically a bastard. He doesn't care. You know, he's like pushing you to the side. You do what you do, I don't care. But for the ones that he wants to grow, he wants to improve, he's going to be putting them through the fire. And Lord willing, I'm able to put out this lesson I'm putting together about a faith tried in fire, right? Faith tried is gold. So I'm gonna hopefully post a lesson talking about that soon. But this is just a little tidbit, all right? Verse 9. Let's read. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us and which gave them reverence. Shall we not rather be in subjection under the Father of spirits and live? So basically, if we have to live by certain rules, that puts us to a certain standard, right? So other people who aren't living to a certain standard, they're just doing whatever they want, living willy-nilly, you know, not giving a shit about who they affect or who they hurt, you know. They're as spittle, you know, as it says in the word. All right, so let's move on and get another quick verse real quick before I gotta get out of here. Another one was Galatians. Let's do Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. I love this verse. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one another, so ye cannot do the things that ye would. So that verse, I think, is perfect the whole word is perfect, really. But I think that really drives it home, especially with me personally, because it's a mental battle, this whole thing, you know, like, that's why it says in the word that we're fighting principalities and powers of the wickedness of this dark world. So we're not fighting, you know, carnal battles. We're fighting demons and shit, bro. Like, we got demons and spirits hopping on and off people all around us, you know. And some of them want to attach themselves to you, but you got to do your best to stay in the spirit so that they don't get that chance, you know. The Lord's going to put demons on you to test you either way, but the way you remedy that is by growing, and you're not going to grow if you're not living in alignment with the word. All right. So let's get one more scripture I got here. It's in Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. It says, Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. right? So your flesh is weak, so it doesn't you don't have really a safeguard against the things that attack your flesh, right? But your spirit is willing, but because they are contrary to one another. That's why you go back. I'll go back to this one, Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. They're in contrary to one another. So you can't do the things that you want to do. You can't do the things that you spiritually know you should be doing. So it's a battle, you know. So that's why you get the strength to do the things that you would when you are living in accordance with the Spirit and with the Bible. All right. If you're living according to flesh, you're not going to be able to grow and build up the tolerance with the the armor of the Most High to be able to battle those things. All right. And if you don't fight, then the Lord's just going to hand it over. He's just going to hand your mind over to whatever it is that you're dealing with. If you're not fighting, if you're not resisting in the best way that you can, if you're not fighting it, then he's gonna be like, all right, this guy ain't even trying. You know what I mean? So, Lord willing, that was edifying. I know I kind of rambled on and was bouncing all over the place a little bit, but yeah, I hope whoever needed to hear that, it was for. Any advice from any of the apostles or elders of GMS, I'm open to any kind of constructive criticism in ways I can make my lessons more concise and anything like that. But yeah, Lord willing, this was edifying. Follow GMS on YouTube. I'm going to be sharing my TikTok link on a YouTube channel that I made. I just have to post some videos on there. But I've been trying to be consistent on TikTok because that's where I started out. So anyway, shalom.